Well, good morning. I'm going to take you guys along with me and just kind of show you our day today. Today we're kind of doing a lot of different things. We're headed out to run some errands. I made a sale on Mercari. I listed my wall art that I got at a yard sale. I combined that with a piece of driftwood that's decorative, and I got them both for $5. And then I ended up selling the artwork for $26, I think. So by the end of the fees and what I put into it, I think I should make somewhere around $17 or something like that. But they're quite large. I'll put a picture of them right here, but they're pretty large. In hindsight, I probably should have listed them on Marketplace so that I didn't have to ship something so large. But anyway, they sold. So I'm hoping my husband can get a box for me today and then I can go and mail it. We need to go to the bank. We've got to go pick up our taxes. And then we're also going to the thrift store. I'm going to be working on a furniture piece later today. If you saw my roadside freebie, you saw that chair that I got. I'm wanting to add a little bit of stain to some of the caning that had kind of messed up on the sides. And usually what I use to stain is like an old t-shirt. And we were going to the thrift store anyways. So I'm just going to do that so I don't have to make an extra stop at the hardware store to get a paintbrush. And then we're going to come back here and we'll just be here for lunch and nap time. And we're actually taking dinner to a friend tonight. So I'm going to be doubling our dinner recipe and then taking part of it to her. We're getting ready to head out. So we are back home from running errands. We went to the thrift store and I actually found some shirts for Abram, and I found a couple of things for my nephew, cousin. And I'll show you those in a little while. Traditionally, for whatever reason, I've been finding more things for Andy than for Abram, but today I didn't find anything for Andy and I found several things for Abram. But one of the things that I found for Abram, I found several muscle tanks. He's really into those, so I found several of those. I'm really excited that I was able to find them. And then we ran a couple of other errands. I had several stops that I had to make. It was just like the day of stops. I don't really like doing a ton of stops, but sometimes while you're out, you just have to. So I did actually get the Mercari listing sent off, but I'm a little worried that I'm gonna come out upside down on it because of the shipping. I'm not really sure, we'll see. I ended up having to spend $1 in some shipping materials, and then I ended up having to spend $2 for them to resize my box because it was larger, and so they cut it down for me. But in Mercari, you're supposed to put the weight along with the length and the width so that they can calculate your shipping accordingly. And I kind of think I just put the weight, and they're pretty big wall art pieces. So, like I said, I probably should have sold it on Marketplace. If I do end up, breaking even on it, or, a little bit upside down on it, I'm still learning. I'm still new to this, so I'm giving myself a break and some grace with that, but we'll see what happens. That's a pretty big box. So anyway, I'm just gonna put that out of my mind and just see what happens. I went on the app and said that I shipped it, so we'll see. But I am going to take this little chair outside, the freebie chair, and I'm going to work on putting some stain on the caning on the side. I hope that I can mix some colors that I have and make something that is pretty comparable. I also hope that the stain adheres to it. I kind of wonder if it needs like a gel stain and I just have regular, so we'll see how that goes. I changed because it's very warm outside now. And I just have to say, this is just like a wear around the house, go for a walk outside kind of t-shirt. But I said it in my how to find great basic t-shirts video that I did. If you haven't watched that video, I'll link it down below. But cotton and poly blends, that's where it's at. I have a few shirts that are 100% cotton, but I really do just love the feel and the weight of these cotton poly blends. If you ever go and buy a t-shirt and it's for a club or for an event, if you're like doing a run or something, and it's sort of thick and kind of stiff, then chances are it is a 100% cotton shirt. But if you feel one that is like really soft, really thin, it's actually a better quality and more expensive shirt, and it's because it is a blend. Often it's cotton poly, sometimes it's cotton poly rayon, something like that. But it being that blend, that's my favorite. Also, if you hear noise, it's because Andy is locking and unlocking the door. So we're gonna head outside, they're gonna play, and I'm gonna see what I can do with this chair. So it is about 4:25 and we're hoping to leave here in like the next 20 minutes to take supper to my friend's house and drop it off. It's really yucky outside. It's thundering and I'm not really looking forward to driving in it, but we're just gonna be careful. What? Yum, did you get some? I think Andy just got some chicken off the floor. So I'm gonna take the next few minutes and clean up the kitchen while the enchiladas are cooking, and then I've got a container of rice for them, and then I've got some Aldi peanut butter cups to take them to. So it's actually the next day and I didn't pull the camera out much other than just filming making dinner because it was pretty like boom 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 in a row. I made the double batch of enchiladas and rice and I just left ours here on the stove and in the oven, and then I took our food and it was raining on the way and I had a detour because of a wreck, and then I had another detour because of a closed road. So it felt like it took forever to get there, and then when we got back I had about 8 minutes to eat, and then I taught a guitar lesson last night. So bedtime sort of proved to be a little challenging last night, so I just didn't pull it out. But we are getting ready to go to the park. We are going to meet Brandon and have lunch there. The chair, I'll see if I can insert a clip here. The stain did not really take to the caning like I was hoping. The thing I kept thinking of is it was acting like when you try to put marker on the shiny side of a poster board and it just keeps wiping off. That's sort of what the stain was doing. So I feel like maybe it needs a gel stain, but I don't know if that's something that I want to buy. So I'll have to make that decision. You know, it's hard to know because I don't know how much the chair will sell for. I don't know, we'll see. But I didn't get to show you the stuff that I bought at the thrift store yesterday. So let me flip this around and show you what I got. So I got 10 items and my total amount spent was $11.77. So most kid clothes are $1 unless they're a bigger name brand, and then they're $2. These first two shirts, like I mentioned, are for my cousin's son, who really, I guess he's my cousin, but I consider him my nephew. But she's expecting, so I got this shirt that says #1 Big Brother. And then this is the one that was $2. It is Under Armour. It does have a slight bit of staining right here, but I think I can get that out, so we'll see. But it was $2, but it's in really nice shape. And then the rest of these things I got for Abram. I think I said that lately there's been more for Andy than for Abram, but I really did rack up today. So these are mainly all 4T. I got that Carter's little 3-button one there. You guys know I love stripes. So this one was Crown and Ivy, great deal. And then this one here, I just love the nautical feel of it. Again, that's 4. I know this is not in incredible shape. Like you can tell that it's been washed and it's been worn, But I love Toy Story. Brandon loves Toy Story. Abram is starting to love Toy Story. So I just thought that this would be a fun little shirt to have. And then we were super pleased to find these muscle tanks. Abram loves muscle tanks, and I've loved him in them since he was a baby. So we found this little one, and then we also found this one, and there's one that looks just pretty much like this, but it's white, and he's already wearing it. He wanted to put it on as soon as we left the thrift store yesterday, and then he wanted to put it back on again today. So I'd say that those were a win for sure. And then I just got him another pair of little play shorts just so he could have an extra pair. And that's our little haul. All right, guys, thanks so much for watching. I know that this was sort of spread over 2 days. Sometimes that just ends up happening. The evenings just kind of get busy, especially if I'm teaching lessons or going somewhere. And yesterday I happened to be doing both. So, but thank you guys truly for watching, and I will be talking to you soon.